When we think about energy, I want us to think about energy as energy being life. The more energy we have, the more life we essentially have. In other words, energy, when we say energy is life, what we're really saying is that energy provides the basis of all life form. Energy, if we want to explain it in the most basic level of understanding, energy is raw potential. Energy is a vital force that Hashem put into the universe during the days prior to the days of creation. Hashem implanted, he brought into being a vital force called energy. There's sort of like this baseline. Think of it as the raw material of life, like when you want to create a pottery clay pot. So you have the clay, and then you can mold it and shape it. That's sort of the analogy we would use for energy. Energy is this raw material. It's actually raw potential of information that can be molded, and it is God's will that it be molded in order to bring about, as much as possible, a perfect, to perfect creation as best as possible from the baseline that God left it to us from an imperfect perspective. God created world perfectly imperfect. And he put in energy as a raw potential so that we could take this potential of imperfection and make it as perfect as we possibly can. Understand that through the power of intention, through the power of using the mental capacities, interacting with levels of our higher self, we can interact with that information. We can channel and refine and upgrade the way that we perceive ourselves and past situations that we've gone through in our lives. We can upgrade it. We can essentially alter the perception, the awareness, the information, the processing, the way we process past traumas, fears. We can essentially upgrade it, pull it out of its shell, look at it differently, use the power of quantum physics, and be able to actually interact with situations in our lives that were troubling us, that were keeping us stuck, and we can essentially interact with them on a very different level by changing energy, shifting energy, and shifting the potential of making it into putting it into a different mold of perception. The membranes pick up signals from the environment. The membranes of cells pick up information. The signals are energy waves and information. So what we understand is that cells are affected by energy, information. So when we change the energy, when we change the information, they essentially are communicating different waves of information to the cells. And then the cells in the body radiate, vibrate, and change the biochemistry in the actual organs, limbs, muscles, physical structure of your body. That our bodies are made up of cells that pick up signals and energy, but at the lower level, at the more minuscule, the tiniest piece, we are spinning vortexes of light that give off energy. Energy travels in waves. Energy moves. Energy is life. Life is always moving. Energy is always moving. So there's constant movement going on around us. Everything moves. You're never stuck. You're never going to be stuck, because that's really who we are. We are balls and blueprints of light. That's who we are.